What do a struggling carpenter, a wooden duck, and a fire in Denmark all have in common? Nope, this isn't the start of a bad joke. It's the true origin story of one of the world's most iconic toy brands, Lego. But here's the thing most people don't know. Before Lego became a global empire worth over $13 billion, it was just one man, a tiny workshop, and a lot of really bad luck. And what if I told you that some of Lego's biggest failures were actually what saved it? The humble beginning. It's the early 1930s. We're in Billund, Denmark. It's gray and rainy, and people are struggling to survive during the Great Depression. Times are tough, like really tough. Now meet old Kurt Christensen. He's not a CEO, he's not a businessman, he's a carpenter, a regular guy with a dream and a tiny workshop. But then disaster hits. The Great Depression wipes out most of his business. Clients disappear, people can't afford furniture. And to make matters worse, Ole's wife passes away, leaving him to raise 4 boys on his own. But here's where the story starts to shift. Instead of giving up, Ole pivots. He starts making wooden toys, simple stuff like yo-yos, cars, and animals, using leftover wood from his old furniture jobs. It wasn't flashy, but it was something. One of his first toys? A little wooden duck with a moving beak. It might not sound like much now, but at the time, it was a symbol of hope and resilience. And here's a fun fact. Ole carved the word Lego into some of his toys. It came from the Danish words leggot, which literally mean play well. He didn't know it yet, but he just named the future of playtime for generations. Disasters, plastic, and near bankruptcy. Okay, now let's fast forward a bit. It's the late 1940s. World War II has just ended, and technology is changing fast. New materials are being invented, like you guessed it, plastic. Now remember, this is a man who worked with wood his entire life, but Ole sees this weird, shiny stuff called plastic and thinks, maybe this is the future. So, in 1947, he buys one of the first plastic injection molding machines in Denmark, and everyone thinks he's lost his mind. Even his own sons thought he'd gone off the deep end. But Ole, he saw something they didn't. He starts making these plastic building bricks based on a design he saw in Britain. At first, nobody likes them. Stores don't want to stock them. Parents think they're too flimsy. Kids don't even know how to play with them. But Ole keeps at it. Then, in 1958, his son Gottfried, who by now is running the company with him, comes up with a new design, the interlocking brick system. That little tweak, it changed everything. Suddenly, bricks stuck together. Kids could build whatever they imagined, and it wouldn't fall apart. This was no longer just a toy, it was a system. But hold up, just as things were starting to look up, disaster struck again. The factory burned down. Now, most people would have called it quits right there. But the Christensens? They rebuilt from scratch. They reinvested, rehired workers, doubled down on bricks, and slowly but surely, Lego began to grow. By the 1970s and 80s, Lego was in households all over Europe and North America. The company was thriving. Kids everywhere were hooked. But then came the 1990s, the biggest crisis. Here's where it gets messy. In the 90s, Lego started losing its way. The magic formula? They tried to change it. In 1995, Lego started letting go of its classic set designers, the people who had been with the company for decades. Instead, they hired innovators from design schools. These folks knew fashion and form, but not how kids actually play. The result? Sets that looked cool but weren't fun to build. Fewer bricks, less complexity, and way too many gimmicks. The company also tried to branch out into weird areas, like Lego clothes, Lego watches, even a Lego TV show that flopped. Sales started dropping. In 1998, Lego posted its first ever loss, £23 million down the drain. In 2004, they hit rock bottom again this time, a staggering £174 million in losses. They were literally on the edge of bankruptcy. So what did they do? They brought in Jürgen Vig Knudstorp, the first non-family CEO in Lego history. And this guy, total game changer. Recovery in Lego's new golden age. Knudstorp didn't sugarcoat things. He looked at the company and said, yeah, this is a mess. He cut the fat, shut down side projects, sold off the theme parks, brought manufacturing back in-house. And most importantly, he focused on what Lego always did best, making amazing bricks and sets that sparked creativity. And it worked. They brought back the Duplo label, doubled down on their best themes like City and Technic, and here comes the Twist licensed sets. You know, Star Wars, Harry Potter, Indiana Jones. At first, fans were unsure. Was Lego selling out? But it turned out to be a brilliant move. Sales exploded. By 2009, even during the global recession, LEGO made nearly £100 million in profits. That's not just a comeback, that's a mic drop. And they didn't stop there. In 2011, they launched Ninjago, a brand new theme that mixed ninja lore with modern storytelling. It was a smash hit. In 2014, they went Hollywood. The LEGO Movie hit theaters, and it crushed expectations. Who knew a movie about plastic bricks could make adults cry and kids cheer in the same scene? Everything was awesome. Literally. But even with success, LEGO didn't get lazy. They kept innovating, from epic sets like the 9,000-piece Colosseum to the Titanic and Eiffel Tower models with over 10,000 pieces. They bought Bricklink, the biggest online LEGO community, and built a factory in China to reach new markets in Asia. Oh, and they made a bold move in 2023. After 50 years, LEGO announced it would move its US headquarters from Enfield, Connecticut to Boston, aiming to set up for the future. LEGO isn't just a company. It's proof that sometimes, when everything burns down, you just have to build it back up brick by brick. If this story hit home, or you're now thinking about digging your old LEGO sets out of the attic, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment telling me your favorite LEGO memory as a kid. And hey, if you're building something big, whether it's a business, a dream, or just a LEGO Millennium Falcon, don't give up when it breaks. You know what Ole would say? Only the best is good enough.